Hi guys, still having issues with Massey transitioning my online EPI course to a sandpit area as they call it so that I can give you access. So what I thought might be worth doing is just giving you a quick screencast of what we have in our course, and also sort of highlighting something that I actually do fairly frequently in my teaching now, which is to film short videos. Um, so basically you're navigating to the different sections through here, and you can see there's a current there, and that's something that we can do to say where should students be at this stage, and when they actually log into the course, whichever of the sections we've made current is what they are taken to. You don't have to do that, it's just something that can help people move. So returning to the welcome, you can see there's my lovely picture, and going forward I think I'm going to replace that actually with a video welcome that also gives people a tour of the course, because it avoids me having to answer multiple questions, and people just work better when they can see it, rather than reading instructions, it would seem. So we have a basic news forum that we automatically subscribe everyone to, and that means that people can't say they weren't told. We do run a social and an introduce yourself forum, and we also ran a scavenger hunt when the university was closed down for a bit of different something or other. We maintain what we call a commons area, which keeps a whole lot of resources that are needed across all the courses, and I would envisage we would do something similar here. So in terms of content at the moment, they are working through a knowledge summary activity, which is in stream. Again, we're using forums for them to answer questions, and you can see I've got a lot of activities in here with information, and then I've embedded short screencast videos for them to look at to learn how to do what they need to do. We have a lot of activities that they have to go through, and they have to post things to the forums, and that allows them to get feedback on their design that they actually have to give each other feedback, which reduces a little bit on my burden of work. In terms of perhaps some of the things that you will be interested in, this is the discussion about what measures should we use, and you can see that we've had quite a few different posts and questions that come up through this. There's about 15 students in this course, and they were quite active. All right, we have these things which in the stream language or the Moodle language are called measures, lessons, and the advantage of these are that they can step students through them. The problem is that the lesson structure within Moodle is very clumsy, and I won't be continuing with them in Moodle anymore. I am actually going to transition all of these activities for my own purposes into the Rise Articulate format or the Rise sort of storyline, and I'm more than happy to make them available to you guys to use. And just to give you a flavour, what is study type, they come into this having done a reading. They read the following abstract and they write an answer. Okay, it's going to require me to that, and they get a little bit of feedback there, and they go through and they have to answer a series of questions. In hindsight, I think that there's probably a little bit too much text on those, and the lessons are taking a bit longer than we thought they would, so I would probably scale them back in the future. Sorry, just going back, there are easier ways. We have a thing here on how to calculate measures of association, and they get asked a series of questions, and then they have to answer, and if their answer is correct to one decimal place, they just transition through these very quickly. If they're not correct, then they actually get taken on a learning loop. So I'm going to enter a number which I'm pretty sure is not going to be correct. And so I'm going to get taken on a learning loop where we actually break this question down and get them to work through putting the answers in a 2x2 table. So that's just kind of a flavour for the types of things we've got there. We've got similar lessons for our diagnostic tests as well. Again, all of these for our own purposes will be transitioned into Rise Articulate format, and I am more than happy to get that done in time for you guys to use it. So I think that's probably enough. No one wants to hear me talking for much longer. Any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them via email or set up a time to chat.